20th of May. This one's going to be a difficult one. I could sense it already. This one's very important, this constellation. Following the journey of Comet 12P, our ancient number 2 ranked visitor, moving star comet. This is what we have today from Jerusalem. The comet is in now, as of today, in Lepus. And over here by Taurus, we have, this is a workshop. We got Jupiter, the Sun, Venus, and Uranus. So we got the planetary alignment today in the bull. A lot of you know about the history, the mythology, and the symbolism of the bull. We also got, if you look at Soho image, we got the Pleiades system in the picture. Also, let's get into this. This is gonna be this is a workshop. Okay, going to the sky. Let's see que podemos ver aquí. Let's see what we can see here. Look at it from Earth. Yep, that's what we got today. All this in the Taurus constellation. Wow. So a little history on Lepus, YouTube channel right here. Learn the sky. Listen in a little bit.
Mythology. This makes sense since it is situated right next to Orion in the sky. Lepus right here is identified as one of Ptolemy's 48 constellations that he...
Okay, also too, the book of Enoch, when Enoch was assigned to name the constellation, he named the 48 constellations. So this is an original from the ancient past.
He identified in the 2nd century. The name Lepus is Latin for hare, and it's often represented as the hare that Orion was hunting.
Okay, let's go to mythology.
Mythological stories about Lepus. It is often the stories of the stars that we can connect to in some way, which help us remember the constellation. There is only one tale that I was able to find about Lepus and the island of Leros.
Okay, I have to pause it. You know why? She says this is the only one she was able to find. No, there's more.
Lepus is not truly represented by any particular figure in Greek mythology from what I could find. One story I did discover surrounded the Greek island of Leros, and the legend states that at one time there were no hares living on this island.
Okay, there was no hares. I got to pause it once. Okay, so that's the only reference she found.
But a man brought a pregnant female, and soon after the island was swarming with them. They consumed all of the crops and resources on the islands, and the population began to starve.
So they brought a bunny rabbit. I'm going to call it a bunny rabbit. So they brought it to the island. There was no bunny rabbit in the island. I know it's called Lepus. And then they started devouring. That's the word I'm getting. Devouring. Boy, my hand is pure red hot. That means I'm getting insight on this one. Let's continue.
The inhabitants worked together to eliminate the hares and recover what was lost. The image of the hare was placed in the stars as a reminder to others that too much of a good thing can be disastrous. However, Lepus is often connected with Orion as well, and
I'll put a link to this video below. You know I can't run it, all of it. Give her a thumbs up. Let's continue to the next step. These are just 101. In the constellation of words, there's a lot information about Lepus. I mean, I could just read this, but for those interested in ancient lore, ancient history, ancient symbolism, ancient stories, ancient legend, blah 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 blah. Let's see what sticks out. Oh, this one sticks out right here. The word harass, torment. I guess it derived from the word the Lepus. There's so much about Lepus. Thing was this story right here about Cain being driven to the moon. Marcus Millennius, the one I follow, but this is an interpretation. All this seems modern, so I'm gonna skip it. It's not calling serious. Behind them, serious. Ever speed. This right here. You know the rabbits don't close their eyes when they sleep. It said the Arabians. Okay, this doesn't. It's a lot here. Share of the giants. Okay, driven to somewhere. Right here. This one. This one right here. I want to focus on this one right here. Boat of Osiris. This is ancient, the earliest Egyptian astronomy. Ancient of Lepus. Okay, let's dive into the okay, let's check out boat of. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. during to Osiris. Osiris, the god of fertility, agriculture, afterlife, the dead, resurrection, life, vegetation in ancient Egypt religion. He was depicted as a green-skinned deity with the pharaoh beard right here. Wow. Apparently this was the major religion, but it started declining. Osiris was widely worshipped until the decline of ancient Egyptian religion during the rise of Christianity in the Roman Empire. So one declined and one rose. So then that's fine. I find that fascinating. There's more here on this history. Osiris was one of the lords of the underworld. Okay, Osiris is the mythical father of the god Horus, whose conception is described in the Osiris myth. The myth describes Osiris as having been killed by his brother Set, who wanted his throne. His wife Isis finds the body of Osiris and hides it in the where it is found and dismembered by Isis, retrieves and joins the pieces of Osiris and then briefly revives him by the use of magic. This spell gives her time to become pregnant by Osiris. Isis later gives birth to Horus. Since Horus was born after Osiris' resurrection, Horus became thought as a representation of a new beginning and here, the underworld, this is the way it's described, like a dome, the filament. I guess this is a representation of an Antarctica with the snakes around. Tree of life, amazing. I'm not going to read it because I already have this sense of knowing this stuff already. And I wouldn't be able to pronounce that even in Spanish. I mean, some of these words I cannot even pronounce, but if we take a quick look, it just gives you an idea. The ram heads for deities, hieroglyphics. Right here, what I see is, well, you got the bull. I don't know what this symbol is. It's like two pillars, like energy, and X marks the spot, like a portal or some Stargate or something they use be able to transport or move between worlds. This is fascinating history about Osiris, Queen of Ethiopia. So that's where the COMET's at. I mean, this is fascinating history. A lot to read. And for a lot of you that are into this, and here's a reference to Tutankhamun again. I think he's popping up. The Book of Eden. We talk about Tutankhamun, his father, I forgot his name. And I think his mother was Nefertiti. They haven't found her yet. So that's where COMET 12P, the ancient one, and the compadres are at. These are signs that are being given. So there we have it. COMET 12P is in the constellation right there, the rabbit. And you know what I see? Devour, because and Easter, because the representation, because of Osiris resurrection, same as Jesus on Easter Sunday. That's why we celebrate Sunday. But they decided to put the rabbit and the eggs to basically devour the full meaning, the importance of that date. I have a garden back here. And rabbits can eat your garden, eat the food, you know, you wait for, oh wow, it's almost ready, it's tomatoes, almost ready, and then the rabbit comes along and eats it. So what I take out of all this is the word devour. And remember, rabbits are swiftness, speed. There's so much here, it's impossible to, but it's fascinating. Here it is, the comet is in Lepus. And Lepus is one of the original 48 constellations written down by Enoch. The way I see comets are like messengers, harbingers, omens, through moving stars. They were called moving stars back in the ancient time. I don't know when it got converted. The word got changed to comets. But so there we have it. This is so fascinating. There's a sign here. There's a message here. Devour, swiftness, quick. The boat of Osiris. And we got like the Chinese, the Persians. Thought I'd just put this out, limited editing. I was looking at and I saw that number today, 222. And again, thanks all your subscribers. Almost 8,000 views in the last 28 days, even though you see my view count at about 100. Not bad. Also, check this out. This is how, okay, I got that accomplished. But here, public, so I'm like, so I guess if you get 3,000 watch hours, and then YouTube will probably send you $20 or $30. That's a lot of watch hours. That means I need 1,200. Again, if I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't. It is what it is. Let Father out.